speech from French. Firstly, I'd like to thank PINKGUY Gallery for organizing this beautiful exhibition of my dad's work. My brother-in-law Francis for introducing Winston and acting as the chief liaison person between us. Mr. Lee Kai for honoring us with his presence and giving the opening speech. And my husband Patrick, I think she means to say my wonderful husband, wonderful, reliable husband Patrick, who is standing in for me on this occasion. I'm sorry I can't be at the exhibition, but I'm sure my dad would understand that it's important for me to be in Melbourne at this moment with my sister who is seriously ill. I'm the eldest of 5 children of Joo For and Teresa. My younger sister Jeanette, very recently had a bad fall in the shower, which triggered a stroke, pneumonia, and RSV. She has been surviving on oxygen, glucose tablets, tubes for the past 2 weeks, critical care in the hospital. The recovery has been made more difficult by the fact that she has spinal muscular atrophy, a hereditary disease resulting in the progressive deterioration of all the muscles in her body. 2 of my other siblings also have to live with this condition and are in wheelchairs. I have no doubt that Jeanette will survive, but there will be a long road to recovery ahead. She's a fighter. In fact, all of us are taught by our mom and dad never to give up, to be tough and resilient, to believe in ourselves, and to be passionate about whatever we do. The motto that Dad continually repeated to us when we were growing up was, good, better, best. Never let it rest, make your good better and your better best. Dad's name Joo For means heart of fire, and Dad definitely lived up to his name. In fact, it was his passion and energy that he applied to everybody he loved, especially his love for painting, love for horses, and his love for his family. I used to observe Dad when he was painting. He was so full of spirit and energy. His brush strokes were powerful and flowing, and there would be perspiration running down his cheeks. Dad looked as though he was at one with the horses. It almost felt as if he was painting and riding alongside the very horses he was painting. Dad in Art Manifesto 1995 said, I've been asked many times to describe our characterize my art. Each tone and subtones that its agenda open or hidden. I would simply say struggle. A struggle to say in visual form my response to the joy, pain, pressures of the world around me and my reaction to the dichotomous forces within my own life. Beauty and ugliness press upon my body, my mind and spirit. How do I respond? My art is my struggle for objective truth apprehended through the instrument of my pencil, pen and brush. Dad was very interested in art from a very young age and always used to express himself. He was granted 3 scholarships to study art in London for a total of 8 years. Was initially awarded a 1-year scholarship to study at the Brighton College of Art in England. Following an exhibition of his works at the British Council in London, he was awarded a 4-year scholarship to study at the Camberwell School of Art. Then followed very successful one-man exhibitions at the Commonwealth Institute in London, opened by Field Marshal Sir Gerard Templer of Malayan emergency fame. He was awarded a further 2-year postgraduate scholarship at the prestigious Royal College of Art in London, where he shared a room with David Hockney. My mom and I joined Dad in London for his final 6 years, and 2 of my siblings were born in London during this time. To support the growing family, Dad supplemented his scholarship by drawing illustrations for books published by Oxford University Press and by acting in MGM movies as the Maori in The Castaways with Eddie Mills, a Mongolian in Doctor Who, a villager in The World of Susie Wong, and a singing teacher in Satan Never Sleeps, alongside with William Holden. His experiences in acting during this time contributed to his lifelong love of movies and sparked his passion for drama. We returned to Malaysia in 1964, and during the 9 years we were back, Dad applied himself passionately to art and drama. He held numerous exhibitions in Kuala Lumpur, Tokyo, New York, and Kansas, and was appointed traveling rep of the Malaysian Combined Exhibition in various countries throughout Europe. He was also commissioned paint the official portraits of the Majesties, the King and Queen of Malaysia in '64, Tun Razak and his wife, and other notable figures in addition to his art. Dad was a prolific writer, novelist, playwright, director, and art critic. Dad was awarded Best Playwright of the Year in Malaysia for 3 consecutive years and Best Radio Playwright in Singapore in 1969. His play, The Son of Zen, was staged at the Loft Theatre off Broadway in New York, following a very successful performance before the Argonne in Malaysia. Besides all that, his day job was as an art lecturer in art. So you see, Dad was a very busy man, always applying himself with fire and passion, and very much a key part of the art and drama world in Malaysia. In 1973, Dad and Mom decided to migrate to Australia to provide opportunities for us children. This was no doubt a great sacrifice for them both. Free university education was available, and Australia offered much better facilities and funding for people with disabilities. 3 members of my family became lawyers, 2 became social workers. My sister Micheline is the only one in the family who is also an artist. She has achieved international recognition as an artist, in addition to being a lawyer and academic. Fortunately, because of her disability, she no longer is strong enough to hold a paintbrush. As for me, my art teachers in Penang and Kuala Lumpur used to get very excited when they realized I was Joo For's daughter, and I instantly become the art teacher's pet. That is, until I produced my first art piece. They then realized that the talent had skipped my generation. So Dad continued to be a prolific artist, playwright, and lecturer, and drama. A retrospective of his work was presented in the Penang Museum, and I'm forever grateful for the beautiful work edited by Dr. Tan Chi Kwan, Dad's friend and patron, and published by the Penang State Museum and Art Gallery. It is a true legacy of my dad that our family will treasure forever. So on a personal note, on the passing of my mother-in-law Teresa, John, my father-in-law, came to live with us for 17 years, and I got to know him very well. Some called him a Renaissance man, and indeed I saw many of these attributes in him. A man of letters among his visual arts. Such was his passion. He would challenge all of us with words and comprehension, and even once challenged my son Jeremy to remember and recite a short famous poem in the car for $10. He could remember it. And the poem is called The Arrow and the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For so swiftly it flew, the sight could not follow it in flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. for who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song. Long afterwards, in an oak, I found the arrow, still unbroken, and the song from beginning to end, I found again in the heart of a friend. So that's another point. So the quiver is now empty that holds the arrow, and here we are at one of the arrows landing. For many are the paintings we see on our walls. Joo For's song is indeed found, and his legacy will surely adapt. We thank you for your love, and surely may we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Given this lovely speech.